What good are his eyelids if they don't close all the way? We know he can blink all the way, so why go halfway? Have you ever tried to blink halfway? Do it now. It's really hard, not to mention a horrible way to moisten the eyes.
I sincerely don't know why this is even a sin. He's literally sinning this show for having an alien not be the same as a human, and that's fucking stupid.
Mando just pushes the porta-stroller and it shoots backward quicker than it had previously moved before coming to a complete stop. And yeah, we see him push doohickeys on his arm later to get it to move, but he's not doing that currently. It appears to be running on plot convenience.
This is just really dumb. Mando pushes the porta-stroller so it can clearly move on its own without the manual controls. But when it stops, we aren't looking at Mando, so he's presumably controlling it to make it stop off-screen.
Today, I learned that Jawas haul spare parts to the roof, so they're within easy reach for moments such as this. It's probably in a book or a blog that I don't have time to read.
Why would it not make sense for the Jawas to have spare parts on their roof? Especially when said roof is accessible. The fuck?
Man, I haven't seen this much Jawa murdering in a movie since Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money.
How the fuck is that even a sin? Also, Discount Jeremy makes a pop culture reference that isn't a sin of the episode cliche.
Just want to point out that our supposed badass Mandalorian, one of the toughest people in the Star Wars universe, was just outsmarted and defeated by Jawas.
Yeah, cause they outnumbered him by a lot. And you also have to take into consideration the fact that upsets happen in real life all the time, so this isn't really that unrealistic. Ever seen Miracle on Ice?
This is what was causing all the fuss?
I think it's a child.
You might think that, Mando, but you know what happens when you assume.
I'ma just go ahead and skip.
The Jawas steal. They don't destroy.
That is a super odd distinction and really hard to prove. In stripping down machinery, they could in fact destroy it, no?
No. The definition of destroy is to end the existence of. When the Jawas steal shit, they do not end the existence of whatever it is they're stealing from. Evidence is the fact that Mando ends up repairing his ship.
Hey, spit that out.
A visual aid of how the Muppets were treated on Disney Plus makes its way into this episode.
And if it wasn't obvious enough already, the TV Sins writers couldn't find enough actual sins to fill up a video, so they're just making dumbass jokes.
Did you know some people mow their lawns at night? It looks just like this, minus the rain. I've had 2 neighbors do this over the years, and it baffles me to no end.
And yet another example of a hearty skip.
Behold the gaping sphincter. I mean, don't behold that much. If you stare at it too long, you'll question whether or not to penetrate.
Discount Jeremy says boner.
At this point, I'm not sure why you'd choose any other ammunition but the disintegration bullets. He's about to face off against a hairy berserker rhino from hell. Start with the pow fizzle bullets and then the pew pew gun.
Well, to be fair, he has no idea what he's facing, so he's not going to know what weapons to use before seeing the creature thing, or whatever it's called.
Some people find this moment terrifying because of the rib bones, but I'm disgusted by this piss pond. I mean, it's either cave mud or monster piss, and honestly, both options are really disturbing to me.
So, a show making you feel an emotion counts as a sin? Why? Isn't that exactly what the show is supposed to do?
Also, we have now arrived at the portion of the show where the Mandalorian kills a mother to trade her egg for ship parts. You know, rather than hunt the Jawas in a smart way until he finds a way to kill them all. Retrieve his gear plus the Jawa horde and then head back home.
Oh boy, here we go. First of all, the fuck does Mando care about this beast being a mother? He's a fucking bounty hunter, not to mention that the thing literally just tried to kill him. Second, did you just imply that it would make more sense to kill all the Jawas than this one creature? Do you realize how many Jawas there are? Plus the fact that they're on a giant impenetrable moving fortress, and they've already defeated him once.
Not using the perfect opportunity to strike cliche.
It's called being in shock. Mando has never seen the Force before.
Also, I'm not saying one stab from that small blade couldn't kill it, but I am saying one stab from that small blade couldn't kill it.
That's because you don't know anything about Star Wars. That was a vibroblade, which is a hell of a lot more powerful than a normal blade, and it's capable of cutting into an animal's innards.
Once when I was a kid, I slept over at my great aunt's house, and she had brown sticky shag carpeting that smelled like a cough syrup foot bath.
And yet another skip.
This is gonna take days to fix.
That's what I thought. I mean, look at this thing earlier. It was right up. But nope, with a little can-do attitude, these two managed to get it ready for in-space flight overnight.
Okay, so the time it takes him to fix the ship might be a little questionable, so I will remove one sin.
When did Mando heal after his fight? His ribs are barely in his body after this, and this, and this, or this, followed directly by this and a little side smack like this. But now, hours later, he's lifting ship parts back into place like he's not even sore?
You're kidding, right? Not only does he have armor on, but most of those hits were not bad enough to incapacitate him. He might have a few broken ribs, but he's basically like the Star Wars version of Batman. He's a total badass.